Hello and welcome to Material Mondays today. We are very excited today about some other things that I've been looking at. I've, for many years, just done some simple crocheting, but I love collecting. So over the years, I've collected a load of different wool yarns, and there's something that I want to show you that you can do that incorporates the stitching as well. So, you know, it's not that I'm suddenly going to start doing some crocheting, which, you know, it is a nice activity, and it's nice to combine the two, as I'll show you. And I mean, look, here's I've got my little pouch of crochet needles as well that I've collected over the years, and some of them I inherited from my mother. She used to crochet very fine, she used to do those really fine doilies, so I found these in her stuff, so it's just like, oh, okay, let's just keep them in the family. Anyway, so let me get on. So I wanted to show you, as I say, I've been collecting different wool and over the years, and then, you know, you can buy the cheap kind, which is these ones, which are infused with some sort of glitter. I don't know whether you can see, but as I didn't, I never really made any clothes or anything with the wool. I've just liked collecting it, and so I've got loads. But then I came across weaving. I started growing my own cotton, as you do, and I learnt about weaving, spinning, and I really like these wool. This is the last I've got of these particular wool. A friend gave me, a very dear friend who's no longer with us, and these are the ones she gave me, and I've incorporated some of them into projects. Anyway, so let me show you. So you've seen the wool, you've seen the crochet needles, but obviously you don't weave with crochet needles. But I started making these mini woven pieces. I'd brought a it was bigger than this. It was a cardboard loom. I've still got it, actually. I should bring it back into the studio. And I thought, let me make some small ones. So I made this one out of cardboard, and I started creating my own. So let me show you some of the ones that I've made. So I've just, you know, over time, just made a whole heap of them. I like this one. So this is the wool that I showed you before, and then I started combining them with painted fabric, and this is jeans material, and I did some simple stitches in there. So look at that one. So that's incorporating fabric as well. And then we've got this one here. So there's a couple that are not attached yet. So I think it's these. And so those are attached. But this one I incorporated some moringa wood. And probably what I would do with this is I still need to do some wood burning into the wood, and maybe incorporate some other beads and things like that. So I'm still doing the big panel, but I'm still working on that. But I thought I'd just, you know, show you some other little things that I've got going on. And then I did these little things. So it's just some jeans material. See, I've incorporated one of the woven pieces on some jeans material and then stitched on it. Just some, you know, simple stitches. This is when I first became aware of the Boro Shishiko, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to do it. So I like this, I like these. What else have we got in here? And then we've just got some bits of fabric that I use in the woven pieces, and then some fabric fish that I made. But as I say, what I want to focus on is these woven things. And you know what, sometimes, you know, even in the stitching, so I'm still doing, I did some stitching last night of that piece, but I just need, I think as I explained last time, you know, that's for particular moments, and then it's nice to be able to come and do something else. So maybe, should we finish this one? Some of them, maybe not these ones, so some of them I've incorporated my the cotton that I've grown. So maybe let's finish this one. So let's take some of the wool that we've got here. I'm feeling this one, and I usually use just a needle, basically. It's a long one, and we're just gonna use this up on here. So these make nice little gifts if you want. So this thread I would just incorporate back into there, but I'll do that afterwards. And we just go in and out, over and under. Okay, so there we are so far. And then what I would do is take this off of here, incorporate these threads into the project itself, and we're left with, you know, ones that look like this. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do is maybe look at this one or this one. I like this one with the glass beads. Okay, I'm going to use my crochet thread that I have here. Just going to use a single strand. Let's just put these to the side. Let's do this one. So this is just some burlap, so the heavier burlap, and I'm just going to do some stitching down here. Okay, so now I want to just look at a few bits of scraps, sort of scrap pieces that I've got here, and see if there's anything that might want to. Got some wool scraps as well. Let's come in a bit. So we can add, fabric or wool to the pieces actually. This might make a nice border. Just like that, and I could do, actually, let me do it this side. And then what we're going to do is add it to the piece, but do French knots down the side. So I'm just going to pin it for ease. Cut it very straight. But they're just sample pieces, so I'm not going to get too precious about it. But it's nice to experiment, and then you can decide on whether you would like to do it bigger. Okay, so let's add these two together. I'm just going to start. Okay, so this is going to fray. So what I'm going to do is stitch the rest of the way here. Okay, I've stitched that bit here, and I can double it up. Well, I've doubled the thread up, but I can make it seem like that's a design. Like so, and then I'm going to continue with the single thread and the French knots. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's move that. So you have the piece that we've done. That's what the back looks like, but this would be then going onto something else, stitched onto something else. And sometimes, as I say before, you need a small project that you can just intersperse into the larger ones, just to give you a bit of a breather and also feel that you've kind of finished something. So I have these ones left to potentially add to fabric, and there's some other small projects that can be done, and as well as some of these smaller ones to practice stitching. But once you've done it, you can then attach them to larger bits of fabric or use them as patches, whatever you want. So that is Material Mondays today. I hope you go and experiment. Look at if you've been using wool, if you knit, if you crochet, try a bit of weaving. If you weave, try and add it to some fabric, add some stitching, embroidery stitching as well, and just have fun with your supplies and try different wool as well and see what kind of effects you get. Add beading, add jewellery, make it a thing. So take care for now. I hope that's been useful, and I'll see you again soon.